Welcome back. This is Bitcoin Brandon with some more news. This is from Bitcoin.com. As of this recording, the price of Bitcoin is $3,346. Amazing. Now, this is an interesting one. Most of the articles that I have been covering has been positive on cryptocurrency. Here is one that is negative. So let's see what this guy, Peter Schiff, has to say about cryptocurrency. He thinks the market signals are wrong. After this, what do you think? Now, this week, the media outlet RT published a new Kaiser report from the Freedom Fest 2017 conference in Las Vegas with host Max Kaiser. During the report, Kaiser talks with the economist and longtime gold bug Peter Schiff about the decentralized currency Bitcoin. Schiff says he understands that people want an alternative to the current monetary system, but believes an alternative to fiat will not be cryptocurrency or what he calls digital fiat. Bitcoin is just a form of digital fiat based on faith. That's an interesting take on it. Peter Schiff is a well-known economist, precious metals proponent, and a person who doesn't like cryptocurrencies at all. Max Kaiser discussed the global economy, Trump, and the Federal Reserve with Schiff at the Freedom Fest event held in Las Vegas last month. Then the two further delve into a conversation about the rise of Bitcoin, and Schiff gives great detail into why he doesn't favor this technology. Schiff believes Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are merely representations of digital fiat. Okay, that's an interesting take on it. Our monetary system is based on faith because there is nothing real behind dollars or euros, and it's just based on the fact that you believe people are going to want it, explained Schiff. Other than that, the other thing currencies have is that governments accept it or require it for payment of taxes. So if you live in America, the IRS wants your taxes, and you better send them dollars. That's what they accept there, and there is a natural demand for dollars to stay out of jail. Bitcoin is the same concept. It's being created, but there is no real value in Bitcoin. It's all based on faith. If somebody doesn't want your Bitcoin, there's nothing you can do with it, right? I do not agree with this statement here. He says Bitcoin is the same concept. It's being created. Okay. It's being created. I guess you could say that's the same as monetary being created. The difference is there's a limit to what can be created. You just can't create Bitcoin out of thin air. Whereas the federal government, whenever they want to, just can create more dollars. That's a huge difference. If somebody doesn't want your Bitcoin, there's nothing you can do with it. That's correct. If same with US dollars, if somebody decides we're not taking dollars anymore, like they did in the 20s, there's nothing you can do about it. It is based on faith. So his assertion is that people aren't going to want Bitcoin. Let's keep going here. People hold Bitcoin as a speculative asset. Of course, Max Kaiser, a longtime cryptocurrency advocate, disagrees with Schiff and says that a lot of millennials believe Bitcoin is a form of digital gold. Kaiser tells Schiff as a business person he should be on board with this trend or otherwise he's ignoring an entire market. I agree with Kaiser. They are wrong. Schiff tells Kaiser, okay, here's my problem again. He says up here, it's based on faith. Somebody doesn't want your Bitcoin, where it's obvious that the millennials want the Bitcoin. So all he says is that they are wrong. The people that are using it, Bitcoins, are using it as a speculative asset. I talked to a guy today who showed me his cryptocurrency portfolio, and he had like $50,000. I asked him, have you ever spent any? He said no, and he's never used it in commerce. He's speculating on it, and he owns it as an asset. Okay, how is that bad? When was the last time I saw somebody who owned a bunch of gold walk into a store and try to buy, a box of Fruit Lakes or Frosty Flakes with gold? It is an asset. It's not even a currency. Kaiser counters Schiff's argument with the fact that, I just said it, gold bugs don't spend their precious metals either, and they hold it as a speculative asset. If anything, this guy's argument, he is making the case for cryptocurrency. Further, Kaiser says A lot of these gold bugs pay storage fees just to store gold in a secure location. Look, Bitcoin is never going to be used as money, Schiff tells Kaiser. People can buy it, and the price can go up until the price collapses, and people don't want it anymore. Okay, he's assuming people aren't going to want it. But why would people want it? That's the real question he should be asking himself. People who are buying it think that one day Bitcoin is going to be a currency that everyone uses. It's going to be worth $1 million of Bitcoin. It's impossible. First of all, there's already 1,000 other cryptocurrencies, and how many more can there be? Merchants don't accept it. They get paid in dollars. No merchants are pricing products in Bitcoin. What is he talking about? Bitcoin is in its infancy stage right now. It's like a company that offers stock options. It's worth nothing right now. People don't buy groceries with stock. They transfer it into dollars. Same with cryptocurrency. Now he says market signals are wrong. Schiff doesn't believe in the market signals Kaiser describes. The Economist explains that the market was giving signals during the dot-com bubble and other types of stocks. However, Kaiser says that even though the dot-com bubble burst, Google and Amazon still rule the world. And guess what? Amazon and Google and Facebook are all taking advantage of the blockchain and Bitcoin. Real world application. Is this guy just going to ignore all of that? Amazon is one. There are hundreds that went to zero, says Schiff. So how do you know? I don't know. How do we know? What if somebody comes up with a digital currency a year or two from now that is so much better than Bitcoin? Is everything Bitcoin does better, faster, and cheaper? Everyone then wants that new one, and nobody wants Bitcoin. It's worthless. Well, I mean, in that argument, you can look at it like this. Everybody had MySpace. I remember it had over 100 million mark. Then Facebook came along and made it better. I kind of look at Bitcoin as the MySpace, Ethereum as the Facebook. But Bitcoin ain't going anywhere. And he believes it's going to be worthless. Nobody wants it anymore because somebody came up with a better mousetrap. Mousetrap? Of course, I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think any of them will work. Really? If we are ever going to have digital currency, they will have to be backed by gold. They're not backed by... Wait a minute. He talks about the US dollar, which hasn't been backed by gold since the 70s. And he uses that argument to say that cryptocurrency needs to be backed by gold. Kaiser believes Bitcoin has a lot of similarities with the very precious metals that Schiff advocates for on his show and at conferences. Still, Schiff to this day will not accept Bitcoin as a form of payment and thinks it will never be widely adopted. Obviously, he hasn't traveled and left American shores. Go to Asia. Go to Japan, China, Vietnam, South Korea, the Philippines. Next, go to Russia, go to India, go to Ukraine that just added 150 Bitcoin ATMs. This guy's living in a bubble. Sure, there is digital scarcity. There is 21 million Bitcoins, but if nobody wants them, they are worthless, Schiff adds. What do you think about Peter Schiff's opinion regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? I think he's a joke. I think he's a hater. I think he's going to say whatever he can to try to downplay Bitcoin no matter the evidence placed in front of him. And I think his real reason for doing so is that he has been, advocating gold, and cryptocurrency can be seen as an asset like gold, and as of today is worth 3 times the amount of gold. That's why I think his real reasoning is behind his hate on cryptocurrency. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Bitcoin Brandon out.